G'day, mate. Welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root, and welcome back to another FPL video. In today's video, we're going to be answering some of the questions from the community, and talking through kind of blank and double game weeks, talking through some transfer options, and also looking forward to game week 21. And if you're new around here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop this video a like. And for those of you wondering what I'm wearing the Lionesses England women's away top from 2022. Lovely little orange number with a shiny orange badge. Yeah, lovely top. So first up, we'll talk about probably the biggest topic on everyone's minds this week. So blank and double game weeks and how to best kind of navigate them. Well, I don't really know where to start. We could start anywhere really, but let's just start with the game weeks that are nearest to us. So in game week 22, there is a possibility of Man United and Leeds having a double game week. This is only if Leeds and Man United avoid a replay against their teams in that they play in the FA Cup fourth round. So they do play at home, which is good. So more chance of winning, and they do have lower league opposition in Cardiff and against Reading. So they are likely to win them games. There's actually a 70% chance of them getting a double game week. So that means they're likely to go through or lose. But yeah, they're probably more likely to go through. So I'd wait until the FA Cup fixtures are done, which is after game week 21, before game week 22. So it could be a chance to triple up on Man United players, as that is two really, really good home games and even a potential triple captain for Marcus Rashford. Also, if you're looking in at bringing in maybe a Leeds player, it could be a good option, but two away games could be tricky. So definitely Man United players are the ones to be going for once we know this game week is confirmed. In terms of one of the blank game weeks, which is game week 25. So this is kind of all down to the League Cup final, which will be played that weekend. And currently the semi-finals are Man United against Forest, I think it is, and Newcastle against Southampton. So as you can see, the teams that are playing them teams are also going to blank, as obviously their fixture won't be on. So you still have great teams kind of still playing that game week. So you've got Arsenal, City, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool that are definitely not blanking. So that means, say, most of us will have 3 Arsenal at that point because of their double in game week 23. Say most of us have two City, whether that be Stones, Ederson, and Haaland. So that's 5 already. And then say we have 1 each from Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool. That could be 8. And a lot of us have, say, like Andreas on the bench. So that's 9. Fulham have definitely got a game. So I think there's definitely an opportunity to get out 11 players with a couple transfers. So I wouldn't be recommending using the free hit in this game week. And also all these teams, although they have potential blank fixtures now, they're not all going to blank. So for example, let's say Man United and Newcastle are the favourites to go through. So Man United, Brentford will be off. Newcastle, Brighton will be off. But Leeds, Southampton, West Ham and Forest could still go ahead, or will still go ahead if they get knocked out. So really, in an ideal world, we're probably all hoping Newcastle and Man United do get knocked out. And that way their fixtures will go ahead, because we probably got most of Newcastle, Man United assets instead of Southampton and Forest and the teams they're playing. So definitely something to bear in mind. So yeah, no need for a free hit, I'd say. So next up, we've got another question from the community. So should we bring in an Arsenal mid for Almiron? So I'm going to be looking at Ødegaard for this question, as he is probably the closest in price. Obviously, Martinelli's around the same price, but I feel like a lot of people have him already, so we'll look at Ødegaard. Ødegaard has got 7 attacking returns in 5, which is really, really great. And is only 26.8% owned. So I would say not that popular. It's probably getting more popular as the weeks progress, but at the moment not that popular. Also, Almiron has only had 1 return since the World Cup. So you can't really say that's terrible, as he is only 5.8 million, but he has dried up on the goals. And as Isaac is back from injury, he could kind of go out to that left to accommodate Isaac and Wilson in the same team, and Almiron may miss out. Whereas they could put kind of Joe Linton on the right, or even St. Maximin on the right to cover Almiron. Another big factor of why you probably should bring in an Arsenal mid for Almiron is Arsenal do play in game week 25. That is guaranteed, and Newcastle may not. So as I mentioned previously, Newcastle potentially could miss that game week if they get through to the League Cup final, and they do have a favourable fixture against Southampton. So that is a 2-legged game, so anything could happen, but you've got to fancy Newcastle to go through the way they've been playing this season. Also, having said that, Arsenal do have a tough fixture in game week 21, so they do have Man United. Their fixtures do look much better after that. So Everton away, double game week with 2 home games, albeit 1 against City. City's defence hasn't looked that great recently, so definitely potential to get points there. Villa away, Leicester away, and Bournemouth at home. So some really great fixtures. Newcastle do have really good fixtures for the next 3 actually. So Palace away, West Ham at home, and Bournemouth away. But they do run into some trickier fixtures. So Liverpool, Brighton, and Manchester City away. So I'd say the ideal thing would probably be give Almiron 1 more week. Wait till we know if Newcastle blank. We know more about double game weeks too, and then bring in an Arsenal mid for that double game week in game week 23. And then again, they do play in game week 25 as Newcastle run into their trickier fixtures. For my team, I do have Almiron, and I'm looking to bring in my 3rd Arsenal player, which is likely to be Ødegaard, because I don't think I can afford Saka. I already have Martinelli. I'd probably wait until after the Man United fixture, because I really fancy Newcastle to do well against Palace. So they've been terrible recently, and then bring in the Arsenal mid in game week 22 or game week 23. And now we have the battle of the English strikers. So shall I bring in Toney or Kane is the last question. So they've both been on fire this season, and they both have equal GA returns. So 13 goals and 3 assists for Toney, which is incredible considering he has missed a couple games. He missed the Liverpool game that they played and won 3-1 in through injury and stuff like that. But Kane has matched that, but more goals. So 15 goals, 1 assist. So both 16 returns. Both have been like incredible this season. But the thing is, they're both on penalties too. The only issue with Toney is, one, he could get suspended. Again, we don't know. Things are up in the air. He could get banned for the allegations against him. Another thing that is against Toney is he may blank in game week 25. That is, if Man United get through to the League Cup final, then that game will be a blank. And although Toney does come in way cheaper than Kane, probably around 4-ish million cheaper, and is less owned, I am still so worried about that ban and about the blank. Although he does have 2 games coming up, you have kind of missed out on his 3 great fixtures. So you missed 1 and he scored a goal. And after them 2 games, he has got Arsenal away, Palace, then a potential blank or a game against Man United away, which is tough. And then Fulham, which can be tough. It will be a West London derby. Whereas Kane is not the best fixtures, but with Kane, you know he can score against anyone. And even though Spurs have been playing shocking this season, he has managed to get 15 goals. which is incredible. And if he kind of matches that for the second part of the season, he'll be on kind of 30 goals, 30 league goals, which is just an incredible return. So the next couple of games are pretty tough though for Spurs. So Fulham away, City at home, but then they do have Leicester away, West Ham at home, and then Chelsea at home and Wolves away. So a few London derbies in there, 3 London derbies against Fulham, Chelsea, and West Ham. So Kane does love a goal in the London derby, but again, it could be a tough game for Spurs. For me, I'd say if you have the money, go for Kane. If you don't, I think Toney's a good option. But with that potential blank and potential suspension, I'll probably just wait a week just to see if he does blank or not. In terms of around Toney's price range, you're not really getting anyone else for that good money. You could go Mitrovic, but anyone else is not really an option. You could go Nketiah maybe, but I feel that Arsenal mids will probably be better off. So yeah, if you have the money, go Kane. If not, Toney's a good option, but just be wary of the ban and the blank. Well, that was it for this latest video. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you going to bring in a player this week, or are you going to wait for more information on the blanks and doubles? I hope this video has kind of helped you out and you can kind of navigate the blanks and doubles with kind of all the information that we have available now in mind. Please make sure if you're new around here to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. I do upload 2 to 3 FPL videos every week, giving latest tips, news, and transfer selection for my team. And yeah, if you're still here, make sure you drop the video a like if you haven't already. And yeah, leave me a comment below. What are you doing this week? Are you rolling or are you making a transfer?